Hey guys, Rex here, and welcome back to my map making series. And today is episode 2 of working on my map called ShadowStrike, which is going to be a small PvP map, like I mentioned in the previous video. And if you haven't seen the previous episode, then I suggest you go watch it. It will be on my channel, you can just go look for it. So, last episode, we did a couple things. We made it so that we have our Shadow Blaster here, and it will make a cool sound, and make particles, and the arrows will instantly despawn when they hit the ground. We also made a custom death message, and a death animation, which I have changed up a bit. So let's look over here. I organized the command blocks in a fill clock here. Which one is it? Death message. So I changed the death message. I looked in the comments and I changed it to player A was engulfed in shadow by player B. Now I think that's how it's gonna stay for now. If you think you could come up with a better one, then of course you can just leave a comment. That's what I'm gonna be going with for now because I really like that. I think it suits the theme very well. But as well, I have added a death particle effect. It now makes a bunch of portal particles and plays a different sound. So I'm going to go into third person mode here and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Kill. There we go. So that's the particles and sound it makes when you die. Let me give myself this invisibility again. Like this. Okay. Because in this map you're going to be invisible with these boots. I now have the boots, which are shadow boots, and then I have the shadow bolt, which is the arrow. So that's what's happened since last episode, and as well I've built a little bit more stuff, which is what I'm going to show you right now. So today we are going to be working on the power-up system, and the power-ups are going to be ender crystals that are sort of around, but they're only going to be showing the top bit. So you can't see this base bit, so it just looks like a crystal floating there. And all I've done right now is I set up these command blocks here. All of this is going to move. I didn't actually say that in the other episode. All of this stuff here is going to move to somewhere else where you can't see it, obviously. Yeah, it's not just going to sit here. What was I saying? So, yeah, we have an ender crystal here. I did these command blocks, and that currently doesn't do anything with this, but it's just this right now. So basically, this is what the power-up is going to look like, and if I go into third-person mode you can see it a bit better, but when I run through it, it will play a sound and make those particles, and then 30 seconds later it's going to respawn. Now the cool thing about this ender crystal system is that what it is a wither skull with a score. So we can just plonk down one of these wither skulls anywhere we want in the map and it will make one, and that's really good because if I put them in spots that are too close together, it makes a campy spot where you can just grab a power up every couple seconds, then I can just move them around really easily so I don't have to change coordinates in command blocks or anything. But now let's go over how this current part works, and then I'm going to add some more and I'll be back after that. But this part, what it does is, so right here in the block above the bedrock we have a wither skull with a score. I should show you the scores first. Let's see. Scoreboard, objectives list. The new ones I've added are power up type and power up cooldown. Power up cooldown is the cooldown and type is the type, which is currently not used. So first, let's go here to this fill clock. First we've got at this command block, which is simply removing 1 in the score of power up cooldown to any wither skull with at least 1 cooldown left. So it's basically gonna, every tick it's gonna make the cooldown 1 less, and then here if the cooldown is 1, it's going to summon an ender crystal that is invulnerable, so you can't punch it. I can punch it in creative mode, but you can't punch it in survival or adventure. So basically when the player has collected it, the cooldown gets set, and then they will subtract until it gets to 0, and when it gets to 1 it will spawn a new ender crystal. Where was I? It was here, right? This one will execute from all players I might add a selector onto here like all players that are in the game or something. It will set all Wither Skulls within a 1 block radius with a power-up cooldown score of 0, so they have to have no cooldown on their power-up. It will set their cooldown to 600, which is 30 seconds, and that's the cooldown on the power-ups, and I might change it, but it's going to be 600 for now. And then these ones are what make stuff happen. So basically, it's going to execute. Is this the beginning? Yeah, execute from all Wither Skulls with a power-up cooldown of 600. It's going to kill the Ender Crystal, and then it's going to play a bunch of particles. We've got the glass particle, the witch magic particle, and it's going to play the sound. Yeah, that's one thing I also fixed for these command blocks over here. In the previous video I had it, so for example if you shot a bow, it would only play the sound to you, the person who shot the bow, and I fixed that, and play sound is a bit derpy because I can't have, let's say, I'm just going to use redstone blocks here, let's say this is player A and this is player B, and player A shoots a bow. I can't have it play to any players within a normal audible sound radius of player A, but have the volume decrease as it goes. I just have to have it either full volume or, like, you can't even really set the volume, because the volume argument in the play sound command is actually the audible sphere, like how like the range you can be in to hear it, and it's I don't like the play sound command at all. But that is what I have so far of the power up. And let's go over here and then look at what this does, and then I'm going to finish it up probably, and then I'll be back after that. So this is basically a little hopper clock, and you'll notice this dispenser is continuously spitting out a command block. So when this comparator goes off, it's going to power this block, which is going to power this dispenser, which has, it's the same as this one. It's got 5 command blocks in it. Each one sets all Wither Skulls in the world that are power-ups. It will set their what is it called, power-up type to from 1 to 5, which are going to be the different power-up IDs. So it's completely random which one it will set it to, and then when this redstone torch comes back on, it's going to simply clone this dispenser to this position. So it will just keep going. So every time it pulses like that, it's just going to set the power-up type for all the ones in the world to a random power-up type. And that's how that works. And then we're going to use that power-up type in our command blocks over here to actually make the power-ups do something. So that is what I will do, and I will be back in a bit. Alright, so I finished up the power-up system. There's now 5 random power-ups that you can get. One of them doesn't actually work yet because it will require additional command blocks. But as you can see, I only added a couple, 1 for each power-up. And hopefully it works. I haven't tested it yet, but hopefully it works. So you notice at the sidebar here we have our sort of randomly changing score, and when I go through, there we go. I got night vision for 30 seconds, and there we go. I got night vision for 30 seconds that time. Let's wait till this is done and see what happens. So right as this goes away, the Ender Crystal is going to respawn. Now, I don't know if I should add additional delay after the potion effect goes away, so make it like it lasts for 15 seconds, but this respawns after 30 or a minute, and oops. So that time I got a snowball called Bomb. I should make it, what was I saying? I should make it, you know, this take a minute to respawn and you get it for 30 seconds. But I don't know. Let's go over the different power-ups. So the first one is an Ender Pearl. It just gives you an Ender Pearl. It lets you jump around places and surprise attack people. Because what you can do is you can throw an Ender Pearl, charge up your bow, and then when you land, just turn around and shoot them right away. Then we have 3 potion effect ones. One gives you absorption 5, so another row of hearts above your hearts for 30 seconds. We have a regeneration 2 for 30 seconds and night vision for 30 seconds. and we have the bomb, which is going to be like a snowball that insta-kills someone when it hits it. Now obviously we're going to play test this map when we're done the redstone, or done at least the gameplay part of the redstone, just to see if it's balanced, and then we may modify it if it's not balanced, or blah 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 blah. I'm going to get rid of these signs real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now let's look at the commands. I had to put them somewhere in the middle because originally I had them somewhere else and it wasn't working because of how I did it. So first of all, what we are doing here is we're executing from all players. Once again, I might add that selector in. And then we're executing from the Wither Skull within a 1 block radius with a 0 cooldown, and it has to be Powerup type 1. And then we're executing effect here, night vision. Here we're doing the same thing except with Powerup type 2, with absorption, and then regeneration with 3, and with 4 we've got the give ender pearl, and with 5 we've got the give snowball. And that's how that works. But so yeah, I might just decide where to put these throughout the map, and then I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so the ender crystals are placed throughout the map. All I had to do to add them was summon a new Wither Skull and give it a score in the cooldown objective, because that basically tells the system that it is a power-up. So if I do have any other Wither Skulls doing anything else in the map, they won't interfere with the power-up system and vice versa. So here's one. They're sort of everywhere. Let's fly around and find some here. Oop. Oh, I got night vision. I was like, why is everything so light all of a sudden? There's one there. Yeah, they're sort of everywhere. And because they're so abundant, I decided to sort of nerf the regeneration and absorption down to 15 seconds. And I think what I'm going to do actually is reduce the respawn, or increase the respawn time to a minute, because there's actually so many of them. So I might change it back to 30 seconds and make the respawn time a minute, or keep it at 15 and make the respawn time a minute. I think I might do the latter. But I changed the bomb after a bunch of thinking, because originally it was going to be a snowball that you throw, and then it insta-kills whoever it hits, and then you get a kill for that. But since that would make it extremely difficult to test to see who killed who, and then display the kill message and everything, blah 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 blah, and use it in the tracker, I decided to change it to a potion here, and it's called a Shadow Bomb. It gives you blindness for 10 seconds and Wither 2 for 10 seconds. And so that does about 4 hearts of damage to you, because I think the boots protect you a little bit, and the blindness so you can't see, which is a pretty cool weapon as well. Oh dear, I think the server crashed. I'll be right back. I can't actually do anything right now. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm sorry about that, but what happened there was the internal server crashed. So every time you run a single player world, it runs a little mini server on your computer that runs your world, and that crashed, so all the redstone stopped working and just stuff stopped working, and I think that's a bug. That's definitely a bug in the game. I don't know whether it has to do with my command blocks or not, and I hope not. It doesn't seem to happen to me on servers. It happens once in a while when I'm on single player though. But anyways, where was I? I was saying, oh yes, the Shadow Bomb. It can't actually kill you, because I've set a health objective and I've made it so it clears the wither from you when you have only half a heart left. So similar to poison, but I want to use wither because it turns your hearts black and not green, and that's more suiting to the map's theme. I don't know why I'm lagging so much, sorry about that. But yeah, and then the reason I did that, I wanted to be like poison, is because if you throw this at someone and they die from it, it doesn't actually track that in the kills. So that is the Shadow Bomb, and I'm going to see if I can fix this lag, and I'll be right back. Alright, I think I have solved the lag problem, but even though I just solved the lag problem, unfortunately, that is all I've got time for today. We did the entire power-up system here. The power-ups are working great, all 5 of them. But yeah, that is all I have for you today. So if you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to leave a like, and please follow me on Twitter at NanoRexMC for more updates. But thanks for watching, guys, And I will see you next time when we're going to work on the ShadowStrike. And I'll leave it up to you guys to guess what that is. Rex out.